There are multiple farm tactics in Borderlands 3 right now that reward you with a lot of legendary loot and even the better anointed loot. You can do these tactics already while playing through the main story, but also enhance them with the mayhem mode that you unlock after you finish Borderlands 3. I will showcase the best known tactics in the game right now, things that you can do over and over again, and some one-time things that you totally want to check out but that you cannot repeat. So let's get into it. It would be awesome if you could leave a like on the video as it shows your support. And let's go. I already showcased a very early farm tactic in a previous video on Athena, so that you can do pretty early in the main story. It involves taking out the 3 bosses that are close to each other and go down pretty fast. It's still a pretty great farm tactic on the mayhem mode as well, although they did nerf the drop chance of the Chupa boss with a recent hotfix, so you will not see as many legendaries from this boss anymore. There are ways to enhance it though. You can namely use special artifacts that enhance your drop chance. I, for example, now got this Berserker loaded dice that substantially increases your luck. The downside is though that you get a minus 75% health. But because Chupa is a super easy boss to kill, even on Mayhem Mode 3, you can easily have the minus max health in exchange for a higher luck, so you have more chance to see the legendary gear. So totally keep an eye out for artifacts like this. It is a world drop, so it can drop from many sources like bosses, chests, but also from the golden keys. I also invested a lot of guardian tokens in the drop chance and now have 12% extra luck from that too. Totally great to focus on that rank first in my opinion, so you have more chance to get amazing weapons. And just like the Mayhem mode, you unlock the Guardian ranks after finishing the main story. But yeah, going back to Athena, so to that farm tactic. Because you start right here next to the bridge, but then instead of going to the bridge, you go to Chupa first. Then you can go to a small boss afterwards that you unlock after doing the Invasion of Privacy mission from Ava on Sanctuary 3. But this boss only drops special versions of the Wester gun. So if you're not really into this elemental weapon from Molly 1, then it's not really worth the farm. Although I did get this pretty great anointed weapon that gives me extra melee damage on an action skill end. Now I think that Chupa and then going to Captain Trant is the best way, because Captain Trant can of course drop his own legendaries, but there are also many chests that also can contain legendaries. The higher the Mayhem mode, the more chance, and of course the artifact and the Guardian ranks help with that too. So yeah, after Captain Trant you just quit the game and then continue again, so you start before Captain Trant so you can kill him again, grab all the chests and then run to Chupa again. Kill Chupa, quit the game, continue, then you start with Chupa and go to Captain Trant, and then you can do this over and over again. So yes, I mentioned that Chupa first dropped more legendaries, right? Well, you can actually revert back to that. So the change to the drop chance was, at the time of this recording, only applied via a hotfix. Something that only works if you play the game online. So if you disconnect from the internet and then boot up Borderlands 3, then you still have the old drop chances until we get a legit update that we actually have to download. So at the time of this recording, at the time this video also goes live, this tactic still works, and then you will really see way more drops from every boss in the game, including Chupa and Captain Trant and his chest too. But as long as this tactic works, it also means that you can still go to the guaranteed looting spots that is even better for amazing legendary drops. Although I would argue that having that decrease in health from that artifact I touched on will not be that handy here. So if you go and boot up Borderlands 3 without having an active internet connection and actually stay offline too, then you will still have the guaranteed looting spawn in the Jacob's Estate region. It can already drop legendaries if you just damage it, but opening the backpack after you killed this little creature has an even higher chance at some great loot. So to do this tactic, you first have to go to the travel point in this region and then make your way past all the enemies to a checkpoint that you find over here on the map. The looting is very close to this checkpoint here where I put the marker. So just go there and then focus on this enemy and give it everything you got so it goes down as fast as possible, and then just open the backpack so you have all the loot come out. And what I try to do is grab the loot as fast as possible and then quit the game to the main menu. because the surrounding enemies on Mayhem 3 can be super powerful if you don't have the right gear yet. There are also a ton of them and they will constantly be shooting you, but I still think it will be worth it to put it on this challenging Mayhem mode 3 because the amount of legendaries that you get per looting kill are so much better. So just grabbing everything and ignoring the other enemies if you're not powerful enough is totally the way to go. You will of course not have this issue if you don't have the Mayhem mode unlocked yet, then the regular enemies should not be that much trouble, but yeah, that will change once you go on a higher Mayhem mode. Also interesting is that when trying this tactic while playing offline, I went to the checkpoint for the guaranteed loot thing, but actually on the way there I already encountered some other loot things that were not the one from the spawn location, so I got even more legendary drops from one run. It's really insane. Of course, when you killed all the loot things in the area, you just want to quit the game, get back to the main menu and then hit continue again to spawn close to the spawn point. And of course, another pro tip is make a lot of room in your backpack because you will get a lot of loot that you want to grab. But it will only work when you boot up the game offline and will likely go away once they release an update that we have to download. So I think we can only do this tactic for 1 week or so after this video comes out. By the way, shoutouts to YouTuber GameSnap for finding a way to revert the changes from the recent hotfix. Link to his channel will be in the video description. Let's move on to a one-time thing where you can get some of the best weapons in the game, anointed legendaries that give you special enhancements linked to action skills from your character. So sure, you can get this in other places too, but it seems like this one-time activity has a very high chance, or maybe even a guaranteed drop chance for one of those items. Near the end of the main story, you unlock the Desolation's Edge region on the Necro-Tavayo planet, and in this region you have this huge cube that you can easily access from this fast travel point, and then by going the opposite way of the vendors, through the blue sort of force field, and then you will see it in this large open area. And solving this cube will get you that nice loot. To complete it, you need all the different elements in your arsenal, so first make sure that you have that before you go to the cube. There are namely 6 squares that all require a different element to be activated, and the easiest way to clear it is by just grabbing a gun with an element you haven't used yet and then shoot all the different squares until one lights up. And then you switch to another weapon with another element and then just repeat. Dennis and I did this together and both used another weapon with a different element, although it might be smarter to use the same element at the same time if you're playing in co-op, so you really know which one you already had before you move on to the next one. So yes, communicating while doing this in co-op is smart for sure. When you hit the right elements in the right square, so this by the way includes the kinetic element, so like normal damage, then all the squares light up and then the loot will rain down. Good to note is that you can only do this cube one time per playthrough. It should unlock again in the True Vault Hunter mode, aka the New Game Plus mode, but I haven't tried that yet, or when you play with a different character and get to this point, but otherwise it's non-repeatable. It seems to also save per host, so we did this now on Dennis, his save, but we can do it again in my game, for example. And you totally want to complete it multiple times, if you can, because you want to get the anointed legendaries. We got one for Amara that increases the status effect chance by 50% a short time after using the face cast skill, and the loot was by the way the same for both Dennis and I, although we did get the loot 2 times. It also appears on your current level. For me it was level 35 and for Dennis it was 41. So I think it will be smarter to wait until you hit the max level before solving this cube. So you actually have this super powerful anointed weapon on level 50. Not sure if the Mayhem mode impacts the loot, but I don't think it does. We were playing on Mayhem mode 1 and got this loot, but I saw other people who also got an anointed legendary as well on other modes. So I don't think it is the case, but you can totally put it on Mayhem mode 3 because there will not be a lot of enemies legendaries around anyways. By the way, big shout outs to Killer6 and Jolt's Dude for finding this tactic and solving the cube. I will leave a link to that channel in the video description. When you finish the game, you will also be rewarded with an amazing legendary chest that can contain 6 legendaries, as you see in the footage from Dennis, or in my case only 2. So yeah, it's very hard to miss the chest, but the interesting fact is that when I opened the chest in my game, Dennis also joined and saw completely different legendaries than me, and also on his level, so useful for him. So totally, when you finish the final boss and go back to Sanctuary, let your friends know that are online so they can join your game and also get some free legendaries without really doing anything. It's a really nice extra and of course a great reward for completing the game. Of course, you can also get legendaries from the golden chest, as we showcased multiple times at the end of every Borderlands video, because at the end we always open a new chest. So let's do that right now. Of course, subscribe for everything Borderlands free if you haven't already. Like the video to support the channel, and totally check out my video with some of the best weapons in the game by clicking on the screen. Or you can watch us open a golden chest first and then go to that video. Let's open it right now. Yes, Dennis, I finally got this Children of the Vault weapon from the insane farm we just showcased in the video. And it's really one of my favorite weapons that sets me... I can show it briefly. Ah, I'm on fire!
Lights you on fire.
Instead of that you have to like overheat. Okay, let's see if we can get another legendary. We did not get enough from the farms.
There's never enough.
Oh!
Here we go.
Oh!
No!
Wow. First time in forever.
Purples. Yeah, first time in a while.
Oh, I do get a pretty.
I think we
nice
spent
shield.
all our luck on the boss, but still.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we can appreciate my hippie spider and then let's end the video.
Definitely.
Subscribe for way more Borderlands 3 coverage. We got way more tips and tricks, guides, and builds maybe for if we hit level 50. We want to share how we play the game. So stuff like that is coming your way. Like this video to support the channel, and don't check out my previous Borderlands video that you can watch by clicking on the screen. For now though, we will speak to you next time, and goodbye.